Hello dear students, I am recording this PPT to help you clarify about physical barriers as a component of innate resistance mechanism. From this figure, let us try to understand some of these important mechanisms. The sebaceous gland as an integral part of the skin as well as sweat glands. Both of them are components of the intact skin, are highly useful mechanisms by the way of their secretions and components preventing microbial sustenance, and the intact skin itself is acting as a physical barrier. Tears possess some of the enzymes, important enzymes like lysozyme, lactoperoxidase. Additionally, the mucus present throughout the respiratory tract, digestive system, urogenital system is also playing a role. Saliva itself is a rich mixture of variety of the inhibitory substances as can be seen here: lysozyme, lactoferrin and peroxidases. Waxes in ear also prevent the microbial survival there. And the very high acidity in stomach prevents majority of the microorganisms to survive in this area. The normal microbiota existing on skin also provide the good competition for the foreign invaders to survive or to establish there. Intestinal enzymes as well as mucus are also playing role in preventing establishment of the pathogen in this region. Pennant cells are some of the important cells in the intestinal tract which are secreting some of the important antimicrobial substances like cryptidins and lysozyme. Further, they are helping in preventing microbial sustenance in this area. We are having defecation and urination sort of flushing activities which is continuously removing the organisms from our body. Let us try to understand the basic mechanisms functioning at the skin, helping it to maintain healthy. As we have seen, this intact skin itself is acting as a physical barrier which prevents the entry of organism inside the body. And how it is acting as a good barrier, because its outer layer is made up of keratinocytes, a type of cells which is rich in keratin, and keratin is a scleroprotein which is difficult to be degraded by most of the invaders. So this is making them a wonderful layer, wonderful protective layer. Additionally, the skin cells are continuously shaded off at some interval. With that, with the shedding of the skin cells, the microbe which has adhered to this outer layer are kept on removing time to time. The mechanism is called as slogging off. Additionally, the skin secretions from the sebaceous gland, which is rich in fatty acid content, that is so that the skin has slight acidic pH, and which is also unfavorable condition for the microbial sustenance. Additionally, the sweat gland secretion is rich in sodium chloride, that is having the high salt concentration, and that is also inhibitory for the microbial growth. Further, the skin used to remain dry for most of the time, and that is drying is something which has impairing effect on the microbial growth. Moving next to the mucous membrane. It is a thin layer constantly present in a uh, inner channels, or we can say inner organs of our body, right? Basically speaking, it is glycoprotein rich fluid, and so that it gives us some consistency, thick consistency to this fluid, and that consistency allow it to act as a blanket over the inner epithelial lining. The mucous membrane is helping us to protect the eyes in the form of conjunctiva, It is also constantly found throughout the respiratory tract, digestive tract and urogenital system, protecting all these areas. Can be seen from the diagram that mucus is secreted from the epithelial lining below that particular region, and cilia are somewhere hair-like appendages which keep on beating, and that beating of these cilia will help the mucus to flow continuously in this region. Now, how this mucus can act as a defense mechanism? First of all, basically speaking, it is semi-thick fluid, so it helps to trap the organism. And as it is forming a layer over the epithelial lining, it first of all resists the penetration of the pathogens and also try to trap them. The tapping of the organism in particular area will further be acted upon by variety of antimicrobial substances produced in this region, like for example lysozyme. If it is there, it helps to affect the microbial growth by hampering peptidoglycan synthesis, because it is an enzyme which can break the bond between the monomers required to form the peptidoglycan chain. Mucus can also have the another important component called as lactoferrin, which is a type of protein which help to catch hold of iron. Iron को पकड़ के रखेगा, right? So that iron will not be available to the organism, and in absence of that, the organism will not grow to the great extent. Lactoperoxidase is another type of enzyme which is producing superoxide radicals by its mechanism, by its action, and that superoxide radicals are highly inhibitory for the microbial growth. So by that way, the content present in mucus is greatly hampering microbial sustenance as well as growth. These type of substances have continuously been reported in tears and cervical mucus. In addition to that, what we have seen that eye is having the conjunctiva as a layer, mucus layer, right? And continuous flushing action of the tears help to remove the particles or the pathogen trying to enter the eye, maintaining it a healthy situation, right? And the tears are coming out in your ears, in the eyes continuously from the lacrimal gland, a type of gland which secretes tears, which give rise to tear formation. These are the few references I have used to prepare this presentation. Thank you for today.